everybody. Welcome to Majestic Mayhem. I'm Death Dealer.
I'm Mahat Mama.
And I'm Cozy Beluga.
Great to be here with everybody. Well, we hope everybody had a good weekend. How was your guys' week?
It was a
Cozy,
week.
you go.
It was a week. It was a week.
You didn't do anything interesting or fun this weekend?
Oh, this weekend I played Rotato and Go Mecha Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Both are fun little roguelikes.
Were they good?
Yeah, they're good. They're too good.
Too good. Too fast, too furious.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, this weekend I just played Baldur's Gate 3 as usual. Your favorite, Cozy. And I went to my son's basketball game, and that was super fun because I am now a basketball mom. Like 1000%. I'm ready to tattoo my son's basketball number on me. Like it's just super fun. So I'm enjoying my life, video games and being a mom. That's it.
Nice. Very cool.
Rad. What about yours? You had an exciting weekend.
I sure did. As a matter of fact, MegaCon was this weekend in Orlando from Thursday to today. Dreadpool was actually there Thursday, and Carlo from obviously from from here and a few other people. Tiny Giant and I went yesterday for a few hours, and then we went today for the whole day. It was a lot of fun, which is what kind of inspired me to discuss conventions, Comic Cons, cosplay, and the whole thing for today's show, because it's that time of the year anyway. From what I understand, there's quite a few more conventions coming up, at least around here that I know of, I believe. So figured it was the perfect time.
I love it. I think it's great to touch on other topics and to do like a general, like a general thing of so then people kind of get to know who we are outside of what we're playing, which is for me only like 3 games. You guys actually have some, stuff. And so I'm excited about this, and I'm really glad to hear about the experiences and all that jazz from y'all. Bam. That's what I got.
Nice. Well, Cozy, why don't you what's the last convention you went to?
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con? That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite convention. Well, probably one of my favorites. It's in Atlanta. It's the largest general convention, so it has everything. And the reason I love it is because there's always something to do. It's a lot better than for me than a lot of other conventions, is because it's all encompassing. It's not going to be just like your anime or your comics and a little bit of movies and whatever. It's everything. They have something for everything. They have books. They have panels just for books, for science and philosophy, for all sorts of things. So I love going, and it has some great cosplays, all that too,
That's cool.
Yeah. My favorite was like the Tick. Like one time there was a guy cosplaying as the Tick, and the best part about him is he was interact every time he would see a villain, he would interact with them like the Tick, and it was my favorite thing.
Was he dressed as like the cartoon Tick, like the blue?
Yes.
Oh, that's even better. I used to love that show.
That's such a good show. Also, what was it? Do you remember when Is it on Prime?
They have, yes, that's on Prime.
That's
I
a good
think
one too.
The Tick is like one of those where I think all of the iterations were good. The old live action is also really amazing because it's like these superheroes,
Mhm.
but it's like just them sitting around a diner table, just talking about like, by the way, here's how my crime fighting went, and it's like so ridiculous. It's very like sitcom-y and over the top. But
That's funny.
yeah, if you haven't seen the original live action, like the cartoon, all of them are good.
Hi,
That's-
Timmy. Hi,
Hey!
hi, Axel. Thanks for joining us.
Sup, homies?
So I guess, well, obviously, I went to MegaCon, and I decided to make the best of it and have a really good time and try and spread some positivity. Because there was an incident recently where Dreadpool had posted a video of somebody dressed in cosplay at a convention, and someone made a rude comment. It wasn't too completely rude. It was just one of those, it could have been better. Like, I think not. I wouldn't wear something like that. And
Excuse
like, as a seamstress, me personally, like, that offends me. Like, I'm not even the one who made it, and it offends me just because I
Rude.
feel like if you take the time to put a costume together and do it to the best of your abilities, I quite frankly don't care if you staple it together, glue it together, duct tape it together, or literally sew it onto your body, which I'm not even going to lie. Again, as a professional seamstress who's done theater and quick changes, I've actually done some of those things. I kid you not. I have stapled someone into a costume and I have sewn someone into a dress to where we had to cut them out afterwards. So
Ooh.
I think if you have the courage to wear a costume in public and be proud, you should be proud of it, and no one should tell you like, oh, I wouldn't wear that, or you could have done better, or oh, that's not accurate enough. So I went around and gave compliments to plenty of people. I'd stop them and just be like, hey, your hair looks really cute. Oh, hey, I love your costume. Oh, hey, you look so cute, just because. And not once did I get a strange look. Everybody smiled, everybody was happy, everybody enjoyed it, and you could tell they walked away very happy. And I think there needs to be more of that at conventions and online versus what we're kind of getting, if you catch my drift. There should be more positivity. Because isn't cosplay supposed to be for everybody? Like,
Yep.
I believe the whole thing started off because, nerds weren't accepted and, yada, yada, yada. So, and not everyone has $700 to pay somebody like me to make them a completely accurate costume.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So,
No, it's totally cool. I mean, I think it'd be weird. The the reason I have gotten negativity has been not from anything. It was just from where I was. But it was about my body and it was weird cuz it just made me not want to do cosplay ever again. I used to dress up as Wonder Woman and read to children at libraries because I think it's cute. And I also I did the thing where, my mom would make me dress up as an elf to go read for the children, like how you did death for your thing. Like
yeah.
I did that like with for my mom for the libraries growing up. And then I've just done that stuff. So then it just translates into these things. And
Mhm.
so I would like to eventually go out and do it again. I think that I just need to go with a group of friends and like a group of pals.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, in my opinion, what I saw at the cons yesterday and today, I don't think that's necessarily something that's much of an issue here.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying that people don't get hated on, obviously, especially if you post it online, which everybody does because they're proud of it. Um, but you do see different types of people cosplaying different characters that they necessarily don't look like, have the same shape of. You can catch my drift. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily exactly resemble the character. And I mean, like I said, I told them they look great. I mean, and Tiny Giant's the same way. If she thinks somebody looks amazing, she's more than willing to run over there and be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what it's supposed to be.
It is.
So
You
much
know,
fun.
I mean,
It's never about like being like, negative about cosplays. It's about
Yeah.
like, you can say nothing and just move on, keep it moving,
Yeah.
and talk
You could
about the ones you
literally.
like.
Yeah, Cozy. You could literally just say nothing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely, for sure. But let's hope it continues moving in the positive way. You know, there can be more people like me out there just complimenting people just to do it. Find something. Everybody's got something.
yeah, everybody has something.
Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah,
And I always look
yeah.
at it this way. Whenever I have had someone make a comment to me while wearing a particular costume, and my response being the amazing person that I am, the so sweet person that I am, I just looked right back at him and I was like, I don't see you wearing anything.
As you
So
should. Um,
come
I
talk to
think
me when you've got a costume on.
I think for me personally, I don't receive any negative criticism, and I think that's mostly because I cosplay things that are so niche that everyone who sees it is really excited to see what I do and recognizes it are really always excited to see what I do. I think that's one of the reasons I always do really more obscure stuff, because usually the fandoms of like that rarely get to see anyone cosplaying the things that they like are just generally overwhelmed with joy about seeing you cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could never do Loba now, ever. I could never do and I used to have a Loba one, but now I just can't. And I'm trying to think of just like who I could be now. I think the next cosplay I go as, bro, do you know who I'm going to go as? Bet I'm going to go as the magic carpet.
Yeah. So that reminds me, there is a cosplayer, and whenever I see this cosplay, it just tickles my soul. There's someone who does a crossplay. For those that don't know, crossplay is when you mix two things together,
Yeah,
and they do magic carpet.
that's funny. Hi, Sergeant Sentinel Gaming. Thanks for joining us. It's actually funny you say magic carpet. Because while I know what you are in particularly referring to,
Yeah.
my mind automatically goes to a costume. Because we've done Beauty and the Beast on stage. And of course, there's a rug in the stage production that dances across the stage and all that, not and what have you. And my mind automatically went to, oh, I think we still have that costume, and it would actually fit you just right. And
Oh,
and
sweet.
actually, and if you want, I could probably even tell you how to make it. It's really easy to make a carpet costume. You can
No,
actually walk around like a carpet.
no, I'm just gonna go, yeah, as a rug. Just glue. No, but like when I do it, it's gonna be like the worst cosplay. Because that's also something that I like to do is really crappy cosplays and see how crappy I can get, and people can still like guess it.
Mhm.
And I think that a magic carpet would be a good one for me to just put like two carpets against myself.
That's funny. Yeah,
Like
well,
I did the Nathan Fielder hot dog. I've done that one before.
that's actually kinda how you make a carpet costume.
Aha!
You essentially take, like, I mean, I if you wanna take the easy route, which of course is always a good route, you can
Yeah.
get like, wall tapestries, like thin wall tapestries that have like a print that would be on a carpet, and yeah, and then you take like a fringe trim and sew that along. It's just and
I'm doing
you
it.
depending on if you want your hands to stick out, you gotta make little hand holes and then, little feet holes so you can walk around, and then you can put a face hole in there, or you can use a, sheer fabric that you can actually see through, so you don't have a face technically.
I'm doing that.
You're walking around.
I will show up as a cosplayer from now on only. Like, I'm not going as a hot girl anymore. Nobody gets to see this for free, but I will go as a magic carpet or a hot dog or something ridiculous.
Oh,
I
that's
think
too
that's
funny.
fair. I think that's fair.
That's too funny. That's too funny. So, okay. My baby sister's in the service. I believe I talked about it on here before. For those of you that don't know, I have a sister who's in the Marine Corps. She's been in for quite a few years now. Um, and I have Marines in the family. It's kind of a family thing. And of course we have dark military humor. And at the convention, they had a place set up for army recruitments. And Tiny Giant and I just happened to be walking by the table, and I'm walking towards the table because I had to go in that direction. And as I'm walking in the one of the recruiters and I obviously we make eye contact and I smile and I nod, just being polite because it's rude. I'm looking around obviously at people. What else do you do when someone makes direct eye contact? Like
Yeah.
for a weird face. So smile at him and nod and kind of keep. And he's like, "Hey, not so fast. Come back here." And he tried to recruit me. And I gave him about 5 minutes before I stopped him, and I was like, I hate to tell you this, but I think I'm pretty sure I've aged out of the candidacy for joining the military service, and not to mention, even if I were to, I'd probably have to join the Marine Corps, or my sister might have my ass, seeing how she's a Marine. He then started trying to talk to Tiny Giant, and he's like, "Well, how old are you, sweetheart? 8 years goes by real fast." I was like, "Not so fast." And she's like, "No, I appreciate it, but if I join, I'm taking after my favorite aunt and uncle."
Yeah.
Okay, child. Say no more. And he's like, "You know what? Just for good measure, why don't you guys go ahead and take some gear?" And I was like, "No, it's all right." I was like, "You know what? Let me get a shirt just to irritate my sister."
Yeah.
So of
Yeah.
course I had to call her when I got home and tell her the story. And she tells me, she goes, "You have to tell them on the podcast tonight." She's like, "Anyone who's in the service is gonna laugh." Because she actually has to do recruitment for the next 2 years.
Oh,
She's like, "Yeah, as soon as you said they had video games and TVs in their setup, I knew right away it was the army right before you said who it was." I was like, like, yeah, military has jokes about one another. It's a great
oh
time,
yeah,
great
and
time.
they're all wild because John, my ex-husband's family, is Marine Corps, and so they always they talk crap on the army people too, and it's pretty funny.
Well, I even laughed and told him, I was like, well, right before we walked away, I was like, "If you'll have
Or
to,"
Air Force.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my stepdad was in the Air Force, but
Mhm.
right before we walked away, I looked at him. I was like, "If you'll excuse me, I have some crayons I have to go pick up."
Yeah.
He just started laughing. It was like, "What's your favorite flavor?" I looked at him. I was like, "You don't need to know that. That's personal."
Yep.
I actually bought my darling, my favorite Marines. I found Crayola makes gummies. Believe it or
What?
not. Yeah, yeah. They make candy too. So yeah, of course, we had to buy it for him.
Crayola makes candy too.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. It's
Wow.
hysterical, but yeah, isn't
Huh.
that great?
There we go. Cozy, are you going to go to any cons soon?
I'm going to wait. Colossal Con. That's another big one I go to. So Ohio
Wait,
has a lot.
KabasuCon?
Yes, Ohio has a lot of really
I've
great.
heard of that one.
Colossal is the best. Not the best because it's not 24/7 like Dragon Con, but Colossal is
Aw.
probably one of my favorites. So Colossal is at the Kalahari Water Resort, so it's like an indoor water park. It's fun. It's like
What?
yes,
An
it's
indoor water
yeah, it's
park?
an indoor water park. Unfortunately, it's an indoor water park in Cleveland. It's always Memorial Day weekend. But it's like always late May, early June, and it's up by Cleveland, so it's in Sandusky, Ohio. So it's not warm. You get like one good day where it's like 80, and then it'll be like usually like so you're in like it's always no fail, and I don't know why I always do this. I'll be in a skimpy cosplay, freezing,
Hello.
absolutely freezing, and everyone wants to take pictures outside and like all the pictures, and you're just like
I know you're
okay.
like, no. That's
You pull off
another.
the coat, you drop it down, you're like, okay, ready for this shoot. And when you do the group shoots, like, you go meet the other players, the other cosplayers, and you do like the I usually go to like the Pokemon shoot. So yeah.
Oh, they got shoots?
Yeah, so
That's
they're
so
not like
cool.
they're basically like it'll be like, hey, all of people dressed from this fandom or that fandom, they'll be like, we're meeting at this spot, and come at this time. We'll be taking photos.
Link up. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
community.
like water Pokemon, and then everyone in the water Pokemon cosplays will jump. They'll take a picture, and then the fire ones and whatever. Trainers, and then all the trainers.
What if I want to cosplay as somebody that doesn't exist and it's
You
me?
can. There are
I
plenty of
want to
people.
exist as me as a Pokemon trainer in a heart shirt.
You can.
because This is funny. This is
No,
funny.
when I say you can, you literally can.
Go.
You literally can just cosplay as your own iteration. You can cosplay whatever you want. There's someone who always cosplays Flo from the Progressive commercial.
Oh,
See, I
that's
wanna.
funny.
This is the funniest shirt. This looks like cartoon underwear, and I want it to be my cosplay for everything now.
I can't unsee that now.
I
It's cartoon
honestly,
underwear. That's why I got it.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've seen people just walk around conventions in pajamas. Like,
That would be
doesn't
me
even
now.
matter the size. All sizes. I've been to some small ones. I've been to some medium ones, and I've been to some
Blankies.
large ones. And yeah, no, actually, as a matter of fact, I saw a guy wearing a Stitch onesie today, and somebody else was walking around in I can't remember what the print was, but they were walking around in silk pajamas with like a
Was it Skims?
no, it was
I know my Skims.
oh goodness gracious. I can't think of what it was. My Demon, I think. No. Demon Slayer. Demon
Oh,
Slayer. They
okay.
had Demon Slayer things all over it. And they were wearing fuzzy slippers. I was like, you do you, sweet. I mean, I couldn't say much.
Bet.
I was wearing sweat cargo pants. You know what I mean? Me and my gigantic pockets are rocking it. And thank you, Trinity. Yeah, this was essentially my makeup for the cons.
Trinity's
Hi,
so
sweetie.
sweet.
You guys can't tell. I actually have glitter on my eyes. And back Chair Force. I would have to ask my sister about Chair Force. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. I'm not up to all the lingo on everything. There are some things I'm completely ignorant from. So I would have to ask her, which you know what? I'm surprised that business
go
isn't
ask
on
her.
right now. So
Do you
What is this? Okay.
remember Xerxes from 300?
yeah,
There's a
of
guy
course.
cosplaying that, and my goodness, Yes.
Ugh.
It was like, whoa, you are not wearing anything. But
Oh, wait a minute.
it
Wait,
was
did we say
hate
hi?
beautiful.
Did we say hi to
What?
Men will creep me out.
Who did we say hi to?
Oh, good look. RWK. Did we say hi to
Hi.
him?
Rock
Did we?
88
Oh,
I said
yeah.
in the thing.
Okay, hold
Alright.
on. Are we missing
We were
anybody else?
playing what you call it together.
You guys are bros.
Trinity, and then back from the dead. Oh, Blue Bandit. Hey.
Blue bandit.
I actually
I'm just gonna be a cartoon
saw,
character from here on out until I am made a Simpsons character.
But you can cosplay anything you want, and crazier and wilder. Like there's the whole people that they do their own OC steampunk people. There's OC other people. Original character.
Oh,
sorry.
F you, man. I got so excited.
Sorry.
I've done that
Bro.
just because like I've run out of time to like, and I wanted to wear a costume anyway, and because I have like, different costumes and things, and not all of them are. A lot of my costumes are not necessarily cosplay. They are not a particular character or another. A lot of my stuff's like for Halloween and what have you. So yeah, I'll just throw pieces together and just rock it. I've been a random evil queen. I actually had, it was funny because I had 3 people stop me at that convention actually to want to take pictures with me, and then
Aw.
proceed to ask me and then tell me, they're like, I swear to God, I know the character and I know I recognize you, but I cannot for the life of me think of what you're from, like what your character is. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, don't even worry about it because actually this is my own design. Like, I honestly don't even know what my character is. I'm just pretty.
Yeah. I'm always just like, I don't pretend to know. I just like the cosplay. If I don't recognize it, I'll still be like, oh, can I get a picture? One of my fondest memories was the year I went to Magfest.
Mhm.
And this is like one of the few times where I absolutely got into super character. I was a Tonberry from Final Fantasy.
Mhm.
A little like green dude who wears a hood, has like a knife, and he does like this move where if he like moves really slow, he catches you, he does this like stab move that's like pretty much instant death. Um, so the thing is, every time I would encounter Final Fantasy characters, I would just like be standing behind them, and it was just like this joke. Like everyone was like having fun with it. Like, I would just be standing behind, and there's like I don't. I wonder if someone has this picture because there's like a picture of me and all of them like laying down, like a bunch of people just
Aw.
from various Final Fantasy games just laying down. I've just got the. It's really fun.
I'm sure somebody's got it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like that's why whenever I well, I shouldn't say whenever. I try to take people's information so that way if I use it online and on like a public forum, I can try to tag them and give them credit and things. Cause or at least give them in Dreadpool's case, I in 4GQ TV, I give them cards. I'm like, hey, here you go. You can in like a week or so, you can go check out some videos and hey, you'll be there.
Oh, that's so cute.
Like I actually took some pictures of a couple of families. There was one that was dressed up as Star Wars characters. So cute. And I was like, "Oh, would you mind?" They were like, "Oh, not at all." I was like, "Okay, well, here's a card. So, you can look at it later." But yeah, there were a couple of families that just looked so cute. They did the whole family costume thing, and
I'm
I'm a
so
sucker for that
mad.
stuff.
I'm so mad that my children are old enough to tell me no now because they just won't do things. And I'm like, please, please do this. Well, don't you want to do a family costume? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. I remember when like I could just dress you in whatever you wanted, like whatever I wanted, or whatever. Yeah, whatever I wanted.
Whatever you wanted.
Whatever I wanted, because you didn't have any say, because you were a baby, and it was so cute. And now you don't want to be a monster or anything.
My
Too funny.
niece is very my nieces are still young, enough that they're in that phase where you can. I mean, they're young. They're like 3 and 1,
Oh,
so you can still dress them. Which is exciting because my sister and her family, and then my other sister, hopefully, will
Mhm.
come, and we're going to do a group cosplay. And they let me pick what we're doing usually. I'm always like, yeah, I got any input, and it's usually like just so I'm excited. One year we were I think the first year I took my sister, we did Pikmin.
Mhm.
oh,
See,
that-
listen, I found that if you
that's
can
so
find
cute.
like a really cool enough costume and like something that everyone is slightly interested in, you can talk them into doing group costumes.
Yeah,
Usually it's got to be kind of a little on the dark and macabre side, but it's possible. It's very
Layla is
possible.
12, so she's busy being a teenager with her friends, and I'm lucky that she gives me the time of day sometimes. So, you know,
Do
but one of
punk
these days,
Do apocalyptic. Do a Mad Max theme. Tell her be like, you want to go punk? You want to wear
oh yeah,
you tell her she could shred her outfit and bloody it up and
you
dirty
can
it up
go.
and everything else. And you can do a family costume as, apocalyptic Mad Max survivors.
Maybe someday. Hey, that's what they did in
Or purge.
Fargo.
Yeah, or do purge. I don't know if the teenagers are into it now. I remember at one point in time, my sister, when she was in high school, they were all sitting around, her and her friends were all sitting around talking, and like, we should do a group costume, and they couldn't decide. And I'm standing there looking at them, and I was like, why don't you guys all do purge? And they're like, what? And I'm like, do purge. I'm like, you guys can wear different types of masks. None of you have to wear the same kind of outfit. It's just, bloody or
Yeah,
torn or, brightly colored. Like the only thing that really matches is like either a mask or face paint of some kind.
I will do something. I will figure out something some way. I'm really mad that you know what? I tried to get Greg because I have tried to get Greg to do this since this
Woo!
happened. I've tried to get Greg to go as Travis Barker and me as Courtney Kardashian on Halloween, and he
Hmm.
will not do it. And I was like, Greg, we've been together for 8 years. It was way before them. We're the OG. And he's like, still no. And I'm just
Aw.
like, whatever, Greg.
Aw. See, I'm not even gonna
Rude.
lie. Greg, that's messed up.
Yeah, Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
But you also messed up by not making him do it when you guys were still just dating. That's how you sucker him in for life. Is you got to get him to do it like when you guys are just dating, and then he'll just get used to it and just be
Well,
like, "Ugh, fine."
that's when we did Morticia and Gomez, and we did the baby.
Oh, that's
That's when we did the
right.
family, and the babies were young, and because
Yeah.
Layla was like deadpan, like just like murdery looking, because that was just her as a child. And
Do deer and headlights. Have him be the deer, and you can be the headlights. That's a couple's costume, and I bet you he'll be game for that one.
is it
Get
like
it?
real
Deer and
headlight?
headlights.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I was like, am I
Just
the
put,
light?
no, put
Okay,
battery
I get.
power like those battery powered,
I'm
like
a flashlight. Okay, yeah, I get
no,
it.
like those battery powered, like, they
Yeah,
use them for, like, camping and stuff. You can, like, stick
yeah.
them to the wall and
What
crap.
about
Yeah,
this giant ring light?
could do that too.
That's what I'll do. Giant ring lights. That's funny. I'm gonna be so
I got
stupid.
couples costumes for day I mean, just give me a topic and I could
No,
uh,
my I what I sent you was the measurements of my stuff because my mom is making me some stuff
Aw.
for because that's why I was
alright.
like, Death, that's my measurements. Because I
Oh,
sent you
okay.
a picture of just my random ass measurements
Oh, okay.
because yeah, that's what that is. It's that just random numbers.
Oh, okay, now I see it. I didn't see it before. I see it. Aha.
Oh no, look
Aha.
at me go. But like, because my mom did my measurements, and I was like, we were laughing because the dog is longer than my upper body is like 12 inches.
Girlfriend,
Look at that.
ch you're actually really well proportioned.
except for my upper body that's 12
No.
inches.
Honey.
That's funny.
Wait
I'm
a
like,
minute.
it's really
Oh,
funny.
okay.
My dog is longer than I am.
Yeah, no, you
But
got
yeah.
good measurement. You trust me, these measurements are good. I've seen some crazy measurements. You're built like a lot. Actually, you're built like a lot of average women, except just a little smaller.
I'm an average lady size.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Average
Yours
lady.
aren't wide.
Who is shut in a door somewhere? Somebody is shut in a
Yeah, good
door.
measurements. Sheesh.
Shut in a door.
Somebody's shut in a door and they're gonna get it. It's an animal.
Good lord, you got some
She's
long
got that
legs.
Pixar mom body. Get out of there. Jesus.
Nice. I'm looking at her measurements, and you guys can't see them. She got some good measurements. Leave it to the random
Oh
reader.
yeah.
No, that's
I think yeah. I want to go back to Magfest, but Magfest is another weird one. Oh,
Mhm.
I love 24-hour ones though. That's my shtick. Is like mostly
I've never been
24
to
hour.
a 20. There's 24-hour convention.
That's what I'm saying. Dragon Con. It literally, I remember at one year I went, they had dances that started at like 3 in the morning.
I'm sorry.
What?
Dances.
It is the wildest convention. Yes, it literally. So Colossal Con, that one shuts down, but Dragon Con starts. I mean, it's bled into like Tuesday and Wednesday, but the official start date is Wednesday. It's always a Labor Day weekend, so the official start date is like not Wednesday, Thursday, and then it runs, and the official end date is Monday. And there's something happening all the time, that entire time. Official convents, stuff like that.
So it's like Bonnaroo.
It takes place over it's like all of like downtown, like, you know, so it's like all the flagship hotels in downtown Atlanta are part of the con, and they're filled up for it. It's like, yeah, it's a con if it's a walking, you're gonna walk a lot, but because it's at multiple hotels and stuff like that.
Oh, I know exactly where it is because I've been exactly where that conference center is.
Yeah, that's like that part is like
Where
and that's usually where they have the what do you call it, the dealer's room. The dealer's room, by the way, is the hugest dealer's room. It is like 3 floors of it is huge.
What's a dealer's room?
Oh, the dealer's room is where like the vendors all the official vendors sell their merch and stuff, and not just stuff, but like you can buy costumes there, you can buy lightsabers there, you can buy plushes, you know, all the stuff that they have.
Oh, stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
The dealer's room.
Oh, not like gambling. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, not that kind of dealer's
What's
room.
there? Okay.
I am so confused. I had never heard of a 24-hour. I mean, okay, one, I don't know if you ladies are paying attention to what's going on in the chat. Okay, first of all, we have an amazing chat. You guys, I love all of you guys. You guys are so sweet. Trinity, you girl, you know I love you. You know I love you. And Timmy, of course, I always appreciate the support. Timmy, you've been amazing. Of course, Axel, I can't say enough good things about you, my guy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's happening.
Tell your wife that I love her and I miss her because I haven't actually been able to say hi to her. So I do miss her, and let her know hi. And QuakeCon. All right, I'm gonna need like people to just go ahead and tell me the names of these things, like message me or something, the names of all of these things, because like I want to go to I am really interested to know, because like do they do like the rave parties and stuff at some
They
point
have that. They have multiple ones.
and like, because I'll be honest, out of all the conventions I've been to, because I'm I'm kind of a late bloomer with conventions. I've only been going to
It's fine.
conventions for the last few years. I unfortunately have never been to even an after party or a party at a convention.
There's parties?
Ah, you are not
Yes!
missing much.
What's
You are
a
not.
party
I
and an
remember one
after
time.
party?
I remember
What is that?
there are parties, and
What?
I've seen them get very wild. That's all I'm
There's
gonna say.
parties?
I've
I've
seen
never
every.
been invited to a party.
Dreadpool got
I
to
never
go
get
to
invited to crap.
Dreadpool got to go to a rave. I think it was Friday night. They went to
What?
yeah. He said it was pretty cool. I mean,
I literally don't get
I
invited
just
to do anything.
I just miss the days. And if I mean, I haven't been to a rave in like, I mean,
I've never been to one. I want to go to one.
I'm so sorry. I mean, obviously it's not gonna be like what they used to be, and I'm sorry you
old.
missed out on that, but I'm still willing to go to like a rave that happens today for sure. It's I like techno and house and all that good stuff. So and of
Oh.
course glow sticks and
So
black lights are
I think
amazing.
the reason specifically I enjoy the one at Dragon Con is because the crowd is a little older. Like some of the
See,
cons, but like there's a picture and you'll see it online of this lady dressed as the granny from Sylvester and Tweety, and she's holding Tweety in a cage. And I recognized her immediately because I saw her at Dragon Con.
There was Dreadpool would have to double check me on this one, but I'm pretty sure we saw a granny with a Tweety and Sylvester at a convention one time. It was adorable too.
Yep.
This was a few years back. I have no idea whether or not it was the same woman. I don't think it was.
No,
I
no.
doubt she left
But it's like one of those
because it was an
one-time
older
things.
woman.
And you see
it's
like
a
a lot of
witch.
older guys who will like be like some of the classic doctors from Doctor Who. They'll be like a
That's
lot of the
cool.
classic ones. So you see a lot of like older cosplayers, and it's like really refreshing and enjoyable to see, because sometimes when you go to some of the smaller ones,
Mhm.
everyone seems so young.
I
And
don't
you're
want
just
to
like,
go to one
Well,
where everyone's young and hot.
What I wouldn't put that on that. I would just say go with someone you're gonna have a good time no matter what. Like, I mean, I like not for nothing, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so amazing or anything, but like I went today with the intention of having an awesome time. Cause while yesterday wasn't a bad day, it just things did not work out the way I wanted them to for a variety. It's Murphy's Law. Shit goes wrong, it's going to. You know what I mean? What is that saying? You can make plans, but God
Life
always
happens.
life happens. Yeah,
Life
that's what it
happens
is.
while you're busy making plans.
Yeah. So, I mean, I went this morning with the intention of like, it's gonna be a good time. And I had an amazing time. I mean, yeah, it was crowded. And then there were always, of course, there's always a few dicks in the crowd. Like, that's never not gonna happen somewhere. But for the most part, all my interactions were amazing with people. Everybody was happy. And like I said, I chose to be happy and give random compliments just because, like, oh, why not? It was the last day, and there were so many people from out of state. It was like, you know what? Why not send them home on a nice note? I mean, especially since they went through the effort of putting on a costume. And again, I'm wearing my gigantic cargo sweatpants, which, yes, I am forever proud of those things. They are the best. I can't like okay for men that
Did
don't.
you make them?
No, I bought them.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get them?
Ross.
Oh,
And in men, in case you don't know why, my gigantic cargo pants, sweatpants with 8 pockets is such a gigantic deal for me. It's because one, women usually don't get pockets. And two, when we do, they're usually not very big. They're like, this big. Have you seen
Yeah.
the size of cell phone? Look at the size of my phone. What is that fitting in? It is not fitting in most of my pockets. But my cargo pants, I'm talking, I could fit water bottles in like staplers, phone in Like
Well, I love it. I love it.
8 I had
I gotta
2
see these
pockets.
magical pants. Like, I'm
I'll
really
don't worry.
interested in them.
There's going to be pictures and videos posted. Don't you worry.
Good, because I need to
Don't
know
you
about the
worry.
pants. We
Mhm.
need to see the pants.
You'll have to go on Dreadpool's YouTube channel because he's got video and picture of me. And heck yeah, man. Absolutely. I'm proud of those pants. I'm going to wear those pants forever.
That's awesome. I will see these pants.
Oh, and to acknowledge the chat once again, Axel wrote iconic video games. Axel wrote, QuakeCon once had a Congo line of fat guys without their shirts on going around.
That
That's
sounds like a fun
amazing.
time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I party hard when I go to cons. So the three
I can tell.
So Colossal Con, you know, it's not 24 hours. It shuts down like 2 a.m. after the dance. But there are rooms and then there are villas. So like it's a resort. So it has like these villas and like so you know someone who's renting one of the villas and they'll be like, you got to come to the villa party. And the villa parties, before they remove the hot tubs, they used to get wild. They used to get wild. I
Keep
swear.
going. Keep
I
going.
want to go to
I
a
want
hot,
more.
There was
fun
one time I
party.
remember I was just trying to use the
Get 'em
bathroom. I walked into the bathroom. I definitely saw people doing things off the off the bathroom sink. And I just like turned around and I was like, you know what? Never mind.
And you were like, this is very
I'll go find
adult.
some-
I want to go.
No, I was like,
That's
I'll
me,
just go
though.
find. I was not sober, so I was like, I gotta go find some bushes or something because I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this happening. But that used to be the kind of wild that we are so wild. There was one time I was with a group of people and we went streaking. We used to turn up.
You know.
Yeah, that was Colossal Con. Magfest, honestly, for me, Magfest was too cold because it's like in January. Magfest is always I like a very particular type of convention. I don't enjoy conventions that move around. I
Okay.
prefer like ones that always have a pretty static weekend. So Magfest is New Year's. So it's always the first week. It's always like New Year's. It's like the first weekend in January. Whatever the first weekend in January is, that's Magfest.
Okay.
Magfest is music and gaming.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes, it is. It's like it is fun. I believe Magfest was that the one I went to with the Danny DeVito shrine?
Word. Wait, what? Word?
Magfest.
Dano DeVito shrine. Okay, you got me. That's awesome. You know what? I think at the next small convention I go to, I'm gonna try and do something like that. I don't know if maybe not Danny DeVito. Maybe I'll do who's in
Yes, it is Magfest. They had a Danny DeVito shrine, and like
That's
people
awesome.
donated all sorts of wild things to it.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, maybe I'll do like a.
It's a music and gaming though, so yeah, it's a fun. If you've never been to, it's one of those fun cons to go to. It's also a 4-day one. The thing about Magfest is that is cool is like so they only have like some of the cons. I would go to a lot of cons that have like a discount price if you buy your ticket early. Like I know Dragon Con was like $90 when you buy your ticket early, and then after that it goes up to like $160.
That's expensive. Either
way. But how long is it?
It's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Does that one ticket cover the whole thing, or is that a day?
It covers the whole weekend.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes.
So
if you do like a day ticket though?
Yes, they do have day tickets. They typically, I think, they stopped doing Saturday tickets. Because when I say Dragon Con got really it was really congested. So I think they stopped doing Saturday tickets. I don't know if they started doing them again, but because I always buy the entire time. But yeah, um, but yeah, so Magfest is, I don't remember how I think it's like 111, something like that, 120. And Magfest is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But they do have a 24-hour game room.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I mean, because it's like music and gaming, but Magfest is also really just fun. It's another one, like, I wish there was like a perfect time of year to go to a con, but Magfest is a little cold because it's in January,
Ugh.
early January.
And you got to bring a coat.
It's in early January in Maryland, which is cold.
Hey, wait,
Okay,
that's
but
by me. That's by me.
But see, here's the real question. Wherever they hold it at, is it a decent temperature inside? Can you like wear anything? Well, I mean, aside from like, next to nothing cosplay, can you wear like any kind of cosplay, or should you wear like heavier, warmer cosplay?
I'd say the temperature inside is enough that you can get away with wearing not much. I don't know the regulations.
I will
different
always
kinds
wear a bazillion layers.
there are different regulations depending on what you wear. I know Dragon Con is pretty much, the rule is, after dark, there's like the after dark cosplays. It's like kids are kind of like, because they're people with kids, but it's not really necessarily the most kid friendly con. But
well, yeah, because kid friendly doesn't need to mean we're lame.
But after dark, it's acceptable to have all the most risque, and I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would
people
clearly
literally there'll be people with
yeah.
nothing but body paint on them.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, and I mean topless too. Yeah, nothing but body paint. The best one I saw, and I was like, "Where are your parents?" It was like this kid. He was dressed up as Golem. He looked maybe 12, but he was in character too. He was like just crawling around. He was just crawling around, like, totally in character, and it was like one of the best things I ever saw. Like,
that's wild.
It was like, where are your parents? But it was actually
where are your parents? But also
because it was after dark. And the crazy thing is, the lobby of the Marriott, it's not an official party. It's not an official party.
No.
The lobby of the Marriott, and it's like the big Atlanta Marriott
hotel
lobby.
Party. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it just fills up, and people are just dancing and like playing their own music, and it's just like this big party. But it's not really official. It's just,
when is this? We're going, Cozy.
This is always Labor Day weekend.
When's Labor Day?
The first Monday and the first.
Oh, is that
Monday
September?
in September.
Oh, it's around Layla's birthday. That's why.
But yeah,
do it.
But yeah, they always like, and like sometimes you'll see cosplays and they only show up at night. And some of them, like, there was these people and they were cosplaying the hyenas from whatever,
Lion King.
Yeah, and they were like on like stilts and everything, and it was just like super impressive.
That's
like
so
the amount
cool.
of work that they put into these cosplays. I only saw them once, and I was like not sober. I didn't get a picture, and I never saw them again. And to this day, the amount of there was the Polly Pocket cosplayer.
How do you cosplay that?
That is, I can imagine Polly Pocket. I bet you. Tell me they were dressed as a Polly Pocket.
She was dressed as the mermaid Polly Pocket, and she had like this body thing that was like an open Polly Pocket. That was like if you had the clamshell ones, it was like decorated. It was like made like the interior of.
Oh, I see.
Which is fun because one of my go-to cosplays is Mighty Max. Somewhere I have a picture of me and LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton?
Yeah.
He's a hero.
Yeah, I have a picture with him.
Are you serious? Do you have it with you right now? Beside you?
Somewhere.
I would keep it in a locket.
Somewhere I have a picture of me and LeVar Burton. But yeah, Yeah, let me know if you
I
want to go
apologize for
sometime.
looking down, guys. We have another person who just joined us, Melody the Mess, and asked me to type. They asked me which MegaCon I went to, and asked me to type it because they said they can't hear, and I'm not sure if there's speakers. I'm trying to find if there's a way I can put captions on here for them,
Ah,
but I don't see
that's a
anything.
good that'll be a good note for Carla.
I'm gonna make a note of that. So, um, but actually, go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a second because I want to go grab something because I want to show you guys something. Okay, so
Okay.
hold on. So go
But
ahead and
yeah,
talk.
I've had a lot of really like I don't have pictures of most of my cosplays, but I've had a lot of great cosplays and some of them that I have to redo. I still think my favorite, the one I spent ages working on, my Monster Hunter cosplay. That one
That's
was so
cool.
good. Um I was really proud of the work I put into it. I made each little part. I'm working on another Monster Hunter cosplay. I'm also working on a crossplay that's going to be Pokemon and Overwatch.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's taking a lot of work, but yeah.
That's super cool. That's gonna be amazing. I'll have to
Uh
see it.
yeah. I have a lot of cosplays in progress, and when one gets too frustrating, I pretty much just say I'm gonna abandon it for a bit and work on another one. That's
Oh,
what you gotta do.
that's what you do.
Uh
So,
And the funny thing is I never pick like weather appropriate material.
oh,
So
that would be too easy.
anyway, oh, let me tell you about
My dog has the
November.
creeps. I'm just letting
Uh,
you know. If I keep making weird faces, it's because my dog is tooting on my lap,
you got the farts
and,
on your lap.
and she's making this face about it. Like I can't really get her in there. Look at her. She just
She
looks
knows what she
stupid.
did.
She's like, hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, they have like once was basically wearing a skin tight thin outfit in November in Detroit.
You.
That and it was like drizzling the entire
You're dumb.
time. And yeah, it was not the
Girl,
wisest
what are you
decision I
doing?
made. Let me tell
If
you.
I'm not in 5 layers and it's 60 degrees, I'm mad.
That Detroit cold hits differently.
That Detroit cold will chill you to the bone.
I was cold. I was cold. Um I don't go to that one anymore.
You're like, it's too dang cold.
No, it wasn't actually
I
the
will
cold.
not go to places because they are cold, actually. So
It wasn't actually the cold.
get
I
better.
liked a lot about it, but there were lots of problems with the convention itself. There was
Yeah.
one year I didn't pre-order. I didn't pre-order tickets because I don't always pre-order tickets, and
Mhm.
so then we had to wait in line for like 2 hours. So the next year I pre-ordered tickets because I had enough fun to go back, and we still had to wait in line for 2 hours.
Huh.
And I was like, "What is their process?" So that one I don't go to anymore. I don't even know if it's still operational. I think they may have changed the name and all that jazz. But that one was a smaller one. It was 24 hours because, as you know, I like the 24-hour ones.
You like the
Um,
Waffle House style.
oh, let me tell you,
You like the Waffle House style.
Waffle House. There was a Waffle House, and the Waffle House, of course, is open, and like all these cosplayers come in. It's like,
Oh yeah.
and we're all like, absolutely. You ever just trying to remember someplace you were, but just don't remember?
That's my life, actually.
I'm trying to think. So there's some cons that I'm going to be going to out in like Chicago. I've gone to like 1 day only events and cons and stuff like that. I do those. I'm trying to get more of my cosplays together that I just sit around and don't do because I should be doing my cosplays. Um,
We should.
but yeah, you can cosplay anything. There was this lady with her baby, and she was cosplaying they were cosplaying Lunette and Molly
Aw.
and the big comfy couch.
That's so cool. I used to like that show. It's so
So
funny because it's almost an obscure show. Not a lot of people know what it is.
the big comfy couch was a show about in this like kind of clown world. They weren't like creepy clowns, but
No.
and it
They
was
were
like this,
so cute.
yeah. And the main character was Lunette, and she had this doll named Molly, and Molly was kind of like didn't talk, but Molly would just like be like always like giving her the side eye. She was kind of like not talking and just sitting there, but she was snarky. You knew she was being
Snarky.
snarky. But yeah, so the lady and her baby were that. There was
That's so cute.
another good one I saw cosplay. I saw was this girl, and she was dressed from like Akuma from Street Fighter.
Okay.
So do you know who Akuma is?
No.
He's like a big bulky. He wears
I'm
like
gonna
a
look it
blue
up
thing,
right
and he
now.
has like
Who?
Akuma from Street Fighter. This little girl.
Oh,
She was dressed like, and I was like,
that's
so-
so cool.
and I was like, oh, can I get your picture? And she was like, sure. And I was like, about to take the picture. She's like, oh no,
Bet.
wait. She was like, wait a minute. And I was like, what? And she started patting her leg, and she was like, okay, wait a minute. And then she did the pose, and smoke just started coming off of her, and I was like,
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
yeah.
That's so cute.
Another favorite moment I had was with this kid. He was dressed like the villager from Animal Crossing, but the Smash one, the one that's in Smash. He was dressed like that, and like there were other people, like older people with him. They were like in more elaborate costumes, and everyone's like, "Oh, can I get your picture? Can I get your picture?" And I was like just taking pictures of like all the little Nintendo characters, and I was like, "Oh, can I get your picture?" And he was like, he just lit up, and he was like. And so I took his picture, and then as I was walking away, I remember him telling his mom, like, she liked me. She liked my costume. And
I
was
know,
like,
when Layla went to the Huntington Comic Con one that we have here, she
Mhm.
went as somebody, I think it was Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's or something.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
she some other kids complimented her on hers, and
Mhm.
she was like, ooh, and I was so happy for her because it meant a lot for her. What it
That's
means for your self-confidence.
See, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Anyone that goes to conventions, this is my advice to you. It costs nothing at all to be nice. And it means the world to some people because there's some people that are kind of insecure about it and things. And it's always nice to just randomly walk by a stranger, and there doesn't have to be anything awkward about it. You just stop and say, "Excuse me, I just wanted to let you know you look amazing. I like your hair. Your hair is beautiful. Oh, you did a fabulous job on your makeup. Oh, I really like that outfit. Oh, it's a cute skirt."
Yep.
Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything in the world. Like, as a matter of fact, there was a woman, now for the life of me, I can't think of what she was dressed as, but she was dressed as one of the Sailor Scouts.
Oh.
Jupiter, I think. The green
Oh my
one.
gosh.
She's the one who wears green, right?
There's
I'm trying to think of
I think it is.
I want to say it's Jupiter. Anyway, okay, so she was dressed as the green Sailor Scout from Sailor Moon. And she was of tan persuasion, and she had
Yeah.
beautiful curly hair. And I stopped her and I said, and I really did mean it. I don't just give compliments.
Yeah.
I do actually mean the things I say. And I stopped her and I said, "Excuse me, honey." And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I just want to let you know your costume looks amazing." And she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." She's like, "You don't think?" And I'm like, "No, honey." I'm like, "You look great." I'm like, and I just want to, I said something else. That green really brings out your skin tone and your eyes. It looks amazing on you. Green is this shade of green in particular, beautiful color on you. And she just lit up, absolutely lit up. and I wasn't even finished because she had beautiful curly hair. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, honey," I also have to say, I was like, I know I don't want it to be creepy. I was like, "But I do also have to tell you," I was like, "You have beautiful hair. I am absolutely jealous." And
Yeah.
I'm positive that put her in a great mood the rest of the day because she walked away as happy as could be. And anytime I saw her after that, she's, "Hi." I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
5 minutes, it takes a second to be nice and make somebody smile, you know?
I
And
remember
and
someone.
besides, if they're having a bad moment, you never know. You saying something might, instead of them having a shit attitude the rest of the day, they could all of a sudden, I don't know, be nice.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people spend too much time feeding into that negativity, but yeah, it's so easy to just see something you like, compliment someone, and they're. I mean, not at a con. Typically, you know the difference between a guy being weird and a guy not being weird.
Yeah, so I know you're probably knowing him, I'm sure he's just
Oh,
joking. But for all the men out there who might be hesitant on it, um, no, as long as you do it in a polite manner, as long as you're not looking at her like, "Bitch,
Yeah.
you're
Like a
hot,"
piece of
like, "You
meat.
got a great ass, great boobs." No,
If you say, "I like your costume,"
or that color looks amazing on
that's
you. It brings
nice.
out your eyes or your hair or something like that. No, it's not
uh,
creepy. It's only creepy if you're like staring them down like they're like,
yeah.
mm.
I
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
One of the smaller cons I went to, they were like, I was dressed as a bit, obscure cosplay,
Hmm.
and from JRPG, and the more popular one, Persona.
Hmm.
And anyway, these two guys, they run up to me like, oh my goodness, you have to come meet our friend. He loves the particular. It was Shimigami Tensei. I was like, he
Oh!
loves Shimigami Tensei. You have to come because
Ah!
we're never going to see another person in this cosplay. And they took me off to take pictures with their friend who was like super excited.
That's fun.
It's the
That's
best feeling.
cool. Yeah. I mean, I personally, anytime I'm wearing a costume or even, an extremely fancy dress and things, I don't mind if people, men, women, children, whatever, want to stop me and ask me or compliment me. I mean, quite frankly, I personally feel if you're in a costume or you're dressed flashy, you're most likely not concerned. You're going to get attention. So if you're going to get offended that someone says that you look, you're pretty or whatever, then maybe you should leave the house in sweatpants and a t-shirt. Like, I mean, not saying that harassment's okay. I'm just saying a compliment should just be a compliment. If a woman accuses you of harassment because you give her a compliment, well, then she can just off.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on that. Oh, so I have the things I wanted to show you guys. It's not
Yay!
much, but I thought it was cool. I thought they were neat. Okay. So, the day passes. I have Saturday and Sundays. Now, you're going to love this because they combined it Saturdays with two different things. And so there we go. Me
Oh, that's
Whoa.
funny. I like
Einstein
that.
on a Chewbacca body. And then here was today's. I was so excited when I got it. I was like, oh my God, it was one of my favorite childhood cartoons. And it's
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, that's
and then
really cute.
because my darling husband was awesome and had the full week pass,
Yeah.
this was the week
Oh my God.
pass.
Oh my God. Is that a David Bowie? Who's the David Bowie mix?
I'm
Oh,
not
is
sure.
that an alien in
It's
David
he's
Bowie?
no, I think he's doing the Vulcan
Oh, okay.
Oh,
hand.
Spock. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. Spock.
Spock. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got
yeah.
it. That's so cool. I
I
love
thought it
it.
was adorable, and yeah, I thought it was just so cute. I was like, I gotta show them. They're so funny, so cute. And then I didn't know these existed. But I also have to share these because they are so cute too. I don't know if you guys have ever watched these movies or not, but I got Gizmo
I hate you so much. Go ahead.
and oh, I'm trying to get it
Is this
without.
both from Gremlins? I hate
Yeah.
you so much.
Yes.
I'm so
But
scared of
look
that
at how
movie.
cute look at how cute
Do
he
they glow in the dark?
looks. Actually, I never
I'm
even
so
thought of
scared of
that.
that
No,
movie.
they don't glow in the dark, but they're special editions.
Who cares? The special edition.
They're so cute though. Look, I mean, how could you not like them? They're adorable.
Because I'm scared of Gremlins the movie.
You can be scared of Gremlins the movie. These guys are adorable.
Those are very colorful and they look cute. I like them.
Oh, okay. So, Iconic Video Game says in response to the whole complimenting thing, I literally told Ahatsu Miko that I liked her performance and she had good energy and she stared me down and rolled her eyes. Well, I'll tell you what, she's lucky that your friend Death wasn't with you. Cause I would have went ahead and humbled her real quick. Women like that, I find obnoxious. Like, take the compliment. Some people just aren't good with compliments too, though. That's just what it is. I think it's because their parents didn't tell them how beautiful and amazing they were enough when they were growing up.
Or told them that too much.
Yep. Or told them too much.
Well, I don't know. My parents said it a lot, and I still have some humble in me. I mean, I know I'm good looking, but when somebody compliments me, I still say thank you. It's the polite thing to do. I mean, they could be Quasimodo, and I'll still say thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think with depending on what a cosplayer dresses as and how much attention they regularly get, they might have a different response. Not saying, no, I'm not saying like, oh, okay to be rude to people. I'm just saying that a lot of times, like
Well,
I specifically dress knowing that like one or two people is going to be really excited to see me, and
mhm,
I'm like there for that, like yay. But
mhm,
a lot of them they dress like like we were talking about earlier. You dress to be seen.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
when you're and a lot of people will be certainly used to a certain level of attention. So
Yeah, I can understand being
they
shy.
are
I can understand being shy. I can. I can. Like I said, it's one thing to not know how to handle the situation and kind of bow out, even awkwardly. I'm more or less talking about the ones who are just downright rude for no reason. They're not even awkward or shy. They're just mean. Like, okay, story time. It's not even my story. I heard about it a lot because I got quite a few phone calls while it was going on and things. Um, we won't get into who the cosplayer was. It was a cosplayer who makes their living off of being a cosplayer. So they go to the conventions and their whole spiel is they wear the costumes, they should meet their fans, sign autographs, take pictures, da 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 da. Well, the guys were going to do a quick interview with her and they figured since she had it wasn't too busy where she was at, it had died down in her area, they would go ahead and talk to her. Well, when they proceeded to do the small interview, she was very short, very impatient, and to make it worse, I mean, that all could have been forgiven. She could have been hungry, she could have been tired, she could have, whatever, that's fine. Problem comes in is when the guys had started walking away, she not so very quietly proceeded to say how annoying it is that all these guys bother her and want to take videos and ask her questions and just can't they do something else when
Oh.
they know that the guys were doing it because, for the podcast and things like that. So of course I told them to go ahead and ignore her for the rest of the time being. And what little bit of video and thing they had of her to just go ahead and delete it because she doesn't deserve the attention, in my opinion. I mean, your whole job is to be in the public eye. You can't
Yeah.
really afford to be rude to media like that. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, and I was like, don't even bow. And I said, and obviously they agreed too. They didn't want to cause drama. I was like, it's not
Yeah.
even worth it putting her on blast and letting other people know because that's still giving her attention.
Yeah.
So just avoid the whole thing altogether.
Yeah.
But let's see. Timmy says, I suppose society doesn't help with all the complimenting issues these days with social media and stuff, and girls doing videos making guys seem all bad when they're not. You know what? I agree too. There is a lot of it seems to be that a lot of the I don't even know if I want to say that because that's not necessarily true. I hate to lump a whole group of people, especially an age group, in like that. But yeah, it does seem to be that there is an issue with a lot of women and men in general. And I don't quite understand why, because they want attention, but you can't approach them when they're out. You know what I mean? It's extremely difficult. So I can understand the whole confusion behind it. It is quite a disaster, and I do believe social media doesn't really help the situation, unfortunately.
Because negative interaction is rewarded so much that people are trained to.
It's true. That's true. I bet if I sat here and bashed, if we sat here and I bashed on my husband for like the next hour, everybody would just, it'd probably go viral.
Oh no, if you did that, it would probably go viral within very quickly, even faster than that, because the algorithms are literally trained to uplift things that are going to drive you
Mm-hmm.
to spend more time on their platform. So if you say in like crazy stuff like that, it's gonna hit. But then do you want to be online for the rest of your life with that on there? Or
Well,
even for the rest of like, because I know you can delete it, but damage is done once you've said stuff,
well, it's
as
there
I've
for,
learned.
once it's on the internet, it's there forever. I mean, it is what it is. You can delete it, but somebody else probably saved it and what have you. I mean, and quite frankly, I've never understood the point of going online and bashing your significant other anyway, especially if you're staying with them. Like, that makes no sense to me. Why are you complaining and telling us how terrible this person is? And then tomorrow you're going to tell us how happy you are to be together. Make it make sense, honey. I
Yep.
mean, like, I understand that everybody has an argument, but not everybody does it in the front yard.
Yeah.
I mean, and that, folks, is why you won't see me bashing my well, that and my husband doesn't really give me much to complain about. So
Yep.
he's not perfect, but he's perfect for me.
There, we got good ones.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, and I'm getting ready to go to bed probably. I don't know about you guys.
Yes, it is getting late. It is about that time.
It is. This is good stuff, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I had a good time tonight.
Well, everybody's gonna have to start like keeping track of these conventions and stuff and sending me things because I want to start doing more. They're fun
Um,
and spreading positivity. I might, how those what is it, that guy, that the cosplay doctor. I'll do something like that instead of the cosplay doctor. I'll be like the cosplay positivity crew. Go around and just compliment people. That'll be the whole thing. We'll just give them a sticker for doing amazing. Like, you got out of bed this morning. Good for you, honey.
that would do amazing.
I might try that at the next convention. I think that'd be fun. I can
Oh,
even wear it
yeah.
here and call myself the positivity fairy.
You should do that.
Uh, well, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed our rambling show. I mean, we had a topic, but it really kind of went all over the place. And I hope we didn't offend too many people. And if we did, well, I mean, I don't think I said anything too terrible. So, but we can always grow and learn. But with that said, you guys can catch me next Friday on Iconic Video Games at 8 o'clock. And until then, you can all find me on Twitter, of course, under Death Dealer. So, with that all being said, have a wonderful week. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. And I'm Death Dealer.
I'm a hot mama.
And I'm Cozy Beluga.
Have a good week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.